Good morning, dear students. Now, welcome back to your BST class. We have so far covered the first three chapters of the business studies, and today we move to the last chapter for PT1, which is your business services, or you can say your service sector and business. Means how is business and service sector related to each other? There are some businesses which are in the nature of service giving. So, what they mean, how it is done, what is the result, what are the features, what is the difference between different types of services, everything we will cover in this chapter. So it's a very interesting chapter. This will be the last chapter for your PT1. 4 chapters, so prepare well. And now let's move to the first thing and let's see what the chapter says. So first we move towards nature of the service. That means we will see that what is the nature of this services, what kind of services, what is the nature of the services that we are rendered in the market. So let's see. First is, it is intangible. Means the nature of service says that it is intangible. Services cannot be touched or tasted. Say for example, a doctor giving you a service, or a teacher teaching you, or say for example a nurse treating you, or say for example a lawyer taking your case. All these are the services which you cannot touch, which you cannot taste, but you can only feel that. So it is not tangible in nature, means something which has physical existence, it is not so. You will not be able to touch them. Understood? So this is the very important nature of services. Moving to the second point, it is inconsistency, means it is inconsistent, always changing based on the demands and expectations of different customers as and when it is needed. See, the preference, the choice, the demands of the customer keep changing. So business service also needs to be changed. It is not consistent, it is inconsistent. You can have goods which is consistent. Maggi, for example, are going on after generation and generation. The taste of the Maggi is same. It doesn't affect the consumer's taste, because if consumers like or don't like, it is not accordingly. It is made according to its own structure. But a service given by a mobile service provider will obviously have to be dependent according to the customer. Say for example, if the customer is wanting something, the department has to see. So services keep changing based on the demands of the people, the customer. Their expectations change, their preferences change, and as a result, services has to be altered or changed. For an example, I am teaching you. Some may understand it at one example. Some may not understand at one example. So I will have to again explain it. So that is what I'm saying. Is the service same for all the customer? No, they keep changing according to the demand of the customer. So this is the second nature, that it is inconsistent. Moving to the third point, inseparability, means you cannot separate the service from the service provider. Services are produced and consumed at a time, but goods are not consumed and produced at a time. Goods may be produced in the factory but delivered somewhere else, but services cannot be produced in the factory and delivered. You cannot ask a doctor to arrange an operation without his meeting the patient. He will do everything but not physically coming up and meeting the patient. So you cannot separate, that means the service and the service provider, both has to be there. If there will be a provider, then only there will be a service. Otherwise there will be no service. So it has to be produced and consumed at one time. You cannot store it, you cannot put it, you cannot pass on to anyone. I have taught someone and he is going to go and teach to that person. It is not done. I have operated on him, he will go and operate on the other one. This is something not to be done. It is inseparable. Understood? Moving to the next point. No inventory, means again, no tangible components are there in services. Hence, you cannot be stored for future use. How can I store my studies, my teachings, and give it for future? How can I keep it in a lock room where I can give it for the future? How can a doctor have done operations for TB, operation for cancer, operation for any other diagnosis, and everything he has kept and stored, and it will be used in future? Obviously not possible, but goods can be done. So services are not tangible, means you cannot keep it and store it for future use. That means it is no inventory. Inventory means stock. You cannot stock up the goods. You cannot stock up the services. You can stock up the goods, but you cannot stock up the service. Please remember this point. Understood? And the last nature is involvement, means participation of the customer in the service delivery process is must. See, there must be a provider, as I said. The participation of both the customer and the service delivery should be there. If you want to say go for a haircut or a shave for yourself to a barber, you have to go there. Obviously, then only he will be able to do that. It's not that you will send your papa go and have a haircut and your haircut will done at home. No. So the provider and the service taker has to meet. So there should be some involvement between them. Then only the service will be rendered. So these were your 5 nature of services which are very important. So please remember. Understood? Now we move to the next topic. Differences between the service and the goods. Again, this is a very important question. What is the difference between a service and a goods? Okay, so let's see the first point. Services are activity or processes, means it's an activity. Teaching is an activity. Say for example, medical is an activity. If you are a barber and you are giving some service, that's an activity or a process. But goods means something physical in nature or object. Something has to be there. Some physical existence of that product has to be there. So this is the first difference. The second difference, services are intangible. You cannot see, you cannot touch. You can only feel. But goods are tangible. You can see a book. You can touch a book. So services are intangible, but goods are tangible. Understood? Services are inconsistent, means different customers have different demand. I just now said some person may go to a doctor for, simply headache. Some other may go for indigestion problem. Some other may go for a cancer problem. Some other may go for a TB problem. So services will be inconsistent. He will not give the same medicine and same everything to all these 4 people. Obviously, their problems are different. So the service given by the doctor will be different. But goods will be consistent. All the customer will get the standard product. If say for example, any product has to be given to 4 different people, that product quality and everything will remain same. So goods are generally consistent, but services are not consistent. It changes according to the preference of the customer. Understood? Moving to the next point. Services are inseparable, means production and consumption is at a time. A doctor has to be there to treat the patient. You cannot separate that. But goods can be separable. It is not important that only the producer will come and sell the goods to the consumer. There may be some channels, wholesaler, retailers at different point of time to deliver the goods. So producer doesn't have to directly come and sell the product. So it is separable. But services are not separable. You cannot separate service from the service provider. Please remember, a teacher can only teach you, a doctor can only diagnose your medical problem, a barber can only cut your hair. Understood? A cobbler can only mend your shoes. It is not to be done by anyone else. Next point. Services, you cannot keep it stock, means no inventory. You cannot stock up for future, but goods can be stocked up. You can keep some goods in your storeroom, or you can stock up for future. So this is the last difference. Now, as a whole, if we will say, then we can say that services is an activity or a process, but goods are a physical object. There has to be some object. Then we can say that services are intangible. We cannot see and touch, but goods are tangible. We can see and touch. Then we can say that services are inconsistent, means it will not be same, but goods are consistent. It will be same. The goods doesn't change from people to person to person. Services are inseparable. You cannot separate that. Goods are separable. You can separate that from the producer to the consumer. And last, services cannot be stocked up, but goods can be stocked up. So these were your basic differences between a service and the goods. Understood? Now we move to the next topic. Types of services. This is the last topic for today. So let's see what are the types of services. Means how many types of service do we have? The first one is business service. It means what they provide service to business enterprises for the conduct of their activities. Means it is provided by the business enterprise so that they can have their smooth activities. Say for example, banking. Banks are there who are providing service to the people and thus making a profit. There are insurance company, LIC. Then you have marine insurance, fire insurance. Lots of insurances are there. Slowly you will understand all these in this chapter. We will cover up in detail about all these things, so don't worry. Then you have transportation as a service. Some say ISBT, ASTC, all these are your transportation business. Those who are doing businesses to provide these Ola cabs. Then your Uber, all these are your business houses, the business enterprises which are rendering transport service to you. And last is warehousing, where you can stock up the goods. This is also a type of business. All these Amazon, then you have the Flipkart, they are doing what? They have warehouses where they have stocked up the goods and service, and now they are rendering the people according to the demand of them. So these are your business enterprises which are conducting activities and rendering you a kind of service. Banking is a service. Insurance is a service. Transport and warehousing is a service given to you. So these are business services. All these fall into the category of business services because they are doing business. Uber company is running thousands of Uber and then earning the margin of profit. So this is a transport company. LIC is an insurance company which are taking millions of insurances from the people and running on profit. There are thousands of banks who are obviously running on profit. How do they run? How do they manage their employees? How do they pay their employees? Obviously, when we deposit, they give us less interest. But when we go and take a loan, they charge us more interest. Thus, they get some profit, and with that profit, they manage the banking system. So all these are your business services. Understood? Moving to the second type, social service. Now, as the name says, it is for the benefit of the society. So this is something voluntarily done to achieve some goals, some social goals you have to achieve. Say, for example, you are going into a weaker section where the standard of living of the people are very poor, and you are going and distributing some food materials, or you are setting up a medical camp, or you are giving free medicines, or you are going and giving free health checkups. So this is something you are doing for social benefit. So this is a service that you are providing, but out of your own will. Nobody has forced you. You want to do something to improve the standard of the living of the people, the poor people. So you are going and rendering them any sort of service. It could be related to education. It could be related to healthcare. It could be related to anything that you want. You want to go and distribute free samples of the food, you can go and distribute. So these are your social services. Understood? Very easy. And the last one that you have is personal services. So they differ based on the taste and preference of customer. Now, say for example, a particular person who has gone to Rajasthan, he wants to see all the big forts and fortresses of the Rajas and the Ranis over there, which are famous. But he wants a tourist for himself. He wants someone to narrate the whole story. How did the Raja manage the business? How were the Ranis living? Which were the rooms of the Raja? What were the guns and the horses they were using? And many sort of things you want to know in detail. So this is your personal taste that you want a tourist to tell you everything. So this is a personal service that you are asking for the tourist to give you, and that service is tourism. Now, there may be a person who is going along with you, but he doesn't want to spend money, and he knows that I have come just to see what this fort or fortress is. So he doesn't want to know the whole story. So he will not ask for a tourist. So this is what I'm trying to say, that personal service differ from people to people. For example, tourism, recreation, resorts, all these are your example of personal service, which differs from one person to another. So these were your 3 types of services. Please go through them in details. Write down everything in your notebooks and submit it to me. Some of you are not submitting me daily. Your work is getting accumulated. And at the end of this coming Saturday, I'll put everything in the system that you are not giving me your work on time. So if you don't want me to give your names, you please submit your work on time. Thank you. Have a nice day ahead.